The birthday cake had been cut an hour ago, but Maya couldn't taste the sweetness anymore. Everything had turned bitter the moment she saw her husband Ryan's face light up in that particular way, the way it used to light up for her. The woman's name was Victoria. Long auburn hair, emerald dress that hugged every curve, laugh like wind chimes. Maya had watched them for 45 minutes now, standing by the bar with her untouched mojito growing warm in her hand. "Ryan, honey, can you help me grab more ice?" Maya had tried once, approaching their little corner by the fireplace. "Oh, James can help you with that," Ryan had said without even looking at her, waving toward their friend's husband. His eyes never left Victoria's face. "I'm just in the middle of this story about the time I went skydiving in Dubai." The story he'd told Maya 100 times. The story that used to be theirs because she'd been terrified he'd die and made him promise never again. Now he was performing it for this stranger like she was the only audience that mattered. Victoria's hand landed on Ryan's forearm, fingers lingering. "You're so adventurous," she purred. "I love a man who takes risks." Maya's stomach twisted. She remembered this morning, Ryan's hands on her waist in the kitchen, pulling her close, kissing her neck as the coffee brewed. "Love you, beautiful," he'd whispered. "Can't wait to show you off tonight." But tonight, she'd become invisible. "Ryan," Maya tried again 30 minutes later, her voice smaller this time. "I'm not feeling well. Can we?" "Have you met Victoria?" Ryan interrupted, finally acknowledging her existence. "She works in venture capital. Just moved here from New York. Victoria, this is my wife, Maya." The word wife sounded like an afterthought. "Lovely to meet you," Victoria said, her smile not quite reaching her eyes. She turned immediately back to Ryan. "You were saying about the investment opportunity?" Maya stood there for a moment, a ghost at her own friend's party. She watched Ryan lean in closer to hear Victoria over the music. Watched Victoria whisper something in his ear that made him throw his head back and laugh. That deep, genuine laugh that used to be reserved for their private moments. 3 couples danced nearby. The birthday girl Jessica was opening more gifts. The world kept spinning. But Maya's world had stopped. She set down her drink and walked to the coat closet. Her hands trembled as she pulled on her jacket. Through the archway, she could still see them. Ryan's hand had found the small of Victoria's back as he guided her toward the balcony for some fresh air. Neither of them noticed Maya leave. The Uber ride home took 12 minutes. Maya counted every one, her mind eerily calm, floating somewhere above her body. She thought about the morning, his lips on her collarbone, his hands sliding up her thighs as she tried to make breakfast, both of them ending up against the counter instead, breathless and late for work. "I love you," he'd said between kisses. "Only you." The lie echoed now. Maya's hands didn't shake as she pulled the suitcase from the closet. That's what surprised her most, the steadiness. She'd imagined this moment before, in her darkest 3 a.m. anxieties, and always pictured herself crumbling. But standing in their bedroom, methodically folding clothes, she felt something else entirely. Clarity. She packed the essentials. The silk nightgown Ryan had given her for their anniversary last month. The one he'd slowly peeled off her body that night, his mouth trailing down her spine, whispering how beautiful she was, how lucky he was. She'd believed him then. The memory felt like someone else's life now. Her phone buzzed. "Jessica, where did you disappear to?" "Ryan's looking for you." Maya didn't respond. She moved to the bathroom, gathering her toiletries. In the mirror, she saw a woman she barely recognized, 32 years old, 5 years married, and somehow still naive enough to think love was permanent. The photo on the nightstand caught her eye. Their wedding day, Ryan dipping her back for the kiss, her veil flying, both of them laughing like they'd discovered the secret to happiness. His vows echoed in her memory, "I promise to choose you every single day above everyone else." She picked up her phone again. This time, she opened her messages with Ryan from this morning. "Ryan, miss you already. Counting down to tonight. You're wearing that red dress, right? The one that drives me crazy?" "Maya, maybe, if you're lucky," smirking face. "Ryan, I'm always lucky with you. Love you more than anything." 4 hours ago. 4 hours and he'd found something, someone, more interesting. Maya opened her jewelry box and removed her wedding ring. The diamond caught the lamplight, throwing rainbows across the wall. She remembered him sliding it on her finger, his hands shaking slightly, tears in his eyes. "You're my forever," he'd said. She placed the ring on the kitchen counter, the soft clink against marble sounding final. The note took her 3 attempts. The first 2 were too angry, too desperate. The final version was simple. "You looked happier with her. No signature needed. Maya called another Uber, then texted her sister, Amanda. Coming to stay with you for a while. Don't ask questions yet. Please. The response came immediately, doors unlocked. Wine's ready. She stood in the doorway of their home, the house they'd bought together 2 years ago, where they'd made love on the floor before the furniture arrived, where he'd carried her over the threshold and promised her the world. Her phone buzzed again. Ryan? Hey, where'd you go? Victoria's husband just showed up. Turns out she's married to a. Coming home soon. Love you. Maya's finger hovered over the keyboard. She could respond. Could ask questions. Could demand explanations. Instead, she turned off her phone and walked out. Ryan's key scraped in the lock at 1:47 a.m. Maya watched from her sister's guest room window as he pulled into their driveway back home, 12 miles away. Not literally watched, but she felt it somehow, that moment of his return, like a thread pulling taut between them. She imagined him calling out for her. Walking through the dark house. Maybe pouring a glass of water in the kitchen. Then finding the ring. Her phone, now turned back on, remained silent for 7 minutes. She counted. When it finally rang, his name illuminating the screen, she let it ring 3 times before answering. Maya? His voice was ragged, confused. Baby, where are you? Your ring is... Why is your ring on the counter? What's going on? Where's Victoria? Maya asked quietly. Silence. Long enough that she could hear his breathing change. What? Victoria? She left with her husband. Maya, what does that have to do with... Does he know? Maya interrupted. Her husband. Does he know the way she was touching you all night? Touching me? Jesus, Maya, we were just talking. She's a business contact. I was networking. Networking, Maya repeated. Her voice sounded strange to her own ears, too calm, like smooth glass over jagged rocks. Is that what you call it when another woman whispers in your ear? When you let her hands wander over your arms, your chest? When you laugh like she's the most fascinating person you've ever met? You're being paranoid. And dramatic. We had a few drinks, we talked about investments. That's it. You didn't notice me leave, Maya said. 40 minutes, Ryan. I stood there for 40 minutes trying to get your attention. Trying to exist in your field of vision. And you looked through me like I was furniture. That's not. I was just caught up in conversation. Why didn't you just say something? I tried. 3 times. She heard him moving now, his footsteps echoing through their home. Okay, so I was rude. I'm sorry. But running away? Leaving your ring? This is insane, Maya. Where are you? Do you remember this morning? She asked instead of answering. In the kitchen? His voice softened. Of course I do. Baby, that was beautiful. We're always beautiful together. Come home. Let me show you. You told me you loved me, Maya continued. You said I was the only one. Your hands were on my hips, pulling me against you. You kissed me like you were drowning and I was air. I meant it. I mean it. Then why, her voice finally cracked, why did you look at her the same way? I didn't. Yes, you did. Maya stood, pacing her sister's guest room. I saw it, Ryan. The way your eyes lit up. The way you leaned in. The way you touched her back when you thought no one was watching. Nothing happened. Something happened, Maya said. Maybe not physically. But something happened. The airport was nearly empty at 3 a.m. Maya sat at gate C7, her boarding pass to her mother's house in Portland clutched in her hand. The flight didn't leave until 6:15, but she couldn't stay at Amanda's anymore. Couldn't risk Ryan figuring out where she'd gone, showing up, making promises with those eyes that still had power over her. Her phone wouldn't stop ringing. She'd answered twice more. Each conversation had been the same. Ryan swearing nothing happened. Ryan calling her crazy. Ryan promising it meant nothing. She's just a contact, Maya. She's married. Her husband was literally there. At midnight, Maya had pointed out. He showed up at midnight. Where was he the rest of the night? Ryan hadn't had an answer for that. Now, sitting under the fluorescent lights, Maya opened her laptop. She'd been carrying it in her bag, not sure why, following some instinct. She logged into their shared phone account. Something she'd never done before, something that had felt like violation until tonight made her question everything. Ryan's location history loaded. Her heart stopped. 3 weeks ago, Victoria's Wine Bar, 8:47 p.m. to 11:23 p.m. The night Ryan said he was working late on the Henderson account. 2 weeks ago, the Riverside Hotel, Conference Room B, 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. The afternoon Ryan said he had a client lunch. 1 week ago, Victoria's Wine Bar again, 7:15 p.m. to 10:40 p.m. The night of Maya's book club, when Ryan said he'd grab dinner with Tom. Her hands shook now, that earlier steadiness evaporating. She clicked into his text messages, the ones backed up to the cloud. And there it was. Victoria. Can't stop thinking about Thursday night. Ryan, me either. You're incredible. Victoria. My husband suspects something. We should cool it for a bit. Ryan, after tonight. I need to see you at Jessica's party. Just act like we just met. Victoria, you're terrible. I love it. Ryan, think your husband will come? Victoria, not until late. He has a work thing. We'll have a few hours. Maya's vision blurred. She scrolled further, her stomach churning. Photos. Ryan's chest, his face half-shadowed, lying in bed. Victoria's legs wrapped in sheets Maya recognized. Their sheets, their bed. Victoria, you fuck me better than he ever has. Ryan, you make me feel alive again. Victoria, does your wife know you're here? Ryan, she thinks I'm at the gym. She doesn't ask questions anymore. The laptop screen swam. Maya closed it, pressed her palms against her eyes. She thought about this morning, his hands on her body, his mouth on hers. Had he thought of Victoria then? Had he been practicing? Her phone rang. Ryan again. This time she answered on the first ring. I'm at the airport, she said. What? Maya, no. I saw your messages. All of them. The silence stretched so long she thought he'd hung up. Then, Maya. Baby. I can explain. Don't call me that. Don't you ever call me that again. It was a mistake. It didn't mean anything. She means nothing. How long? Maya's voice was ice. How long have you been sleeping with her? It's not, he was crying now. She could hear it. 6 weeks. But it's over. It's done. I love you. Only you. This morning was real, Maya. Everything we have is real. This morning you touched me with the same hands that touched her. Maya stood, her flight being called in the background. You kissed me with the same mouth that told her she was incredible. I'll do anything. I'll never see her again. I'll quit my job, we'll move, whatever you want. Maya, please. Don't get on that plane. We can fix this. The gate agent was calling for final boarding when Amanda burst through the security checkpoint, waving her phone. She'd driven like a demon to get here to stop Maya from leaving. Wait, Amanda gasped, grabbing Maya's arm. Before you go, you need to know something. Maya's boarding pass crumpled in her hand. I can't hear any more tonight. I just need to. Victoria called me, Amanda interrupted. 5 minutes ago. The world tilted. What? She said. Amanda pulled up her phone, showed Maya the number. She said she needs to talk to you. That there's more to the story. Maya's laugh was bitter. More? What more could there possibly be? But she called anyway. Maybe it was masochism. Maybe it was the need to hear the other woman's voice, to make her real instead of just a name in texts and location data. Victoria answered on the second ring. Thank you for calling, she said quietly. I know you hate me. I don't know you enough to hate you, Maya replied. But I'm working on it. I deserve that. Victoria's voice was thick with tears. I need to tell you something. Something Ryan doesn't know. Maya waited. I wasn't just having an affair with your husband, Victoria said. I was hired to. The airport spun. What? By your friend Jessica. The birthday girl. Victoria spoke quickly now, like confession could redeem her. She's been suspicious of Ryan for months. She saw him at hotels, heard him on the phone. But you wouldn't believe her when she tried to hint at it. So she hired me, I'm an investigator, to test him. Maya couldn't breathe. No. She paid me to approach him at various places over 6 weeks. To see if he'd bite. To see if he'd cheat. Victoria's voice cracked. But it became real. Somewhere along the way I stopped investigating and started feeling. He was kind and funny and married, Maya finished coldly. To me? Yes. And I'm sorry. I broke my own rules. I crossed every line. But tonight was supposed to be the final test. Jessica wanted you to see it yourself with your own eyes. She thought if you witnessed it, you'd finally believe what he was capable of. Maya sank into a chair, her flight forgotten. Jessica set this up? She loves you. She was trying to protect you. But I ruined it by actually falling for him. Victoria laughed bitterly. I'm a married woman investigating a married man, and I somehow managed to make it worse. My husband knows now. He showed up tonight to confront us both. The pieces fell into place. Ryan's shock when Victoria's husband appeared. Victoria's sudden coolness. The way they both looked guilty instead of just flirtatious. I have evidence, Victoria continued. Photos, recordings, texts. All of it. Jessica has copies. She's waiting to show you, but only if you want to see. Only if you want the truth. I already know the truth, Maya whispered. Do you? Victoria asked. Because here's what you don't know. Every time Ryan was with me he talked about you. About how guilty he felt. About how you were too good for him. He'd cry sometimes after she stopped. He loves you. He just loves himself more. Maya hung up. She looked at her boarding pass, then at Amanda. What do I do? She asked. Amanda took her hand. Whatever you want. You can get on that plane and start over. Or you can go home and fight for your marriage. Or you can do something else entirely. But Maya? You don't owe him another chance just because he's sorry. Maya's phone rang. Ryan again. She answered. I know about Jessica, she said. I know about the investigation. I know everything. His sharp intake of breath told her he'd just figured it out too. Maya, I was set up. No, Ryan. You weren't set up. You were given a choice over and over again for 6 weeks. And every single time you chose wrong. You chose her. You chose yourself. You chose anything but me. Please. I love you. I'll do anything. Maya stood, took Amanda's hand. I believe you love me, Ryan. But I don't think you like me very much anymore. I think I became comfortable. Easy. Safe. And you wanted to feel dangerous again. That's not true. This morning when you touched me, when you kissed me, were you thinking of her? Silence. That's what I thought. Maya felt something break and heal simultaneously in her chest. I hope she was worth it. I hope those 6 weeks of feeling alive were worth the lifetime we could have had. Maya, don't. I'll be in touch about the divorce papers, she said. Goodbye, Ryan. She ended the call, blocked his number, and looked at the departures board. I'm getting on that plane, she told Amanda. But not to run away. To find the version of me that existed before I made my whole world about a man who couldn't even see me in a crowded room. Amanda hugged her tight. Text me when you land. As Maya walked toward the gate, her phone buzzed one last time. Jessica, I'm so sorry. I thought I was helping. Please forgive me. Maya typed back. You did help. You showed me exactly who he is. And more importantly, who I am. I'm the woman who walks away with her head high. Thank you. She boarded the plane as the sun rose over the city. Somewhere below, Ryan was probably still calling, still explaining, still promising change. But Maya was already gone, 30,000 feet above the ruins of her marriage, flying toward a version of herself that didn't need his laughter to feel whole. 3 months later, she'd be in her own apartment with a promotion at work. 6 months later, she'd be dating someone new, someone who introduced her to everyone as the most incredible woman I've ever met. And a year later, when she ran into Ryan at a coffee shop, he'd look at her, really look at her, and realize what he'd lost. But by then Maya wouldn't care. She was too busy laughing with someone who deserved her. The end.